Welcome to Work the Left Side. Last Saturday was the True Grit Rumble, so obviously that means we are here tonight on the Monday to talk about it, and I am joined by the dynamic duo that is the best bartender in British wrestling, bar none, Dan. And you've all seen his artwork, you love his artwork, and he'll be at For the Love of Wrestling in February. Obviously, Mr. Paul Stewart. Gentlemen, how are you both?
Oh, good, but if I may just interject very quickly, former True Grit Rumble entrant, Paul Stewart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 1 year on.
I know, yeah. Don't miss it. Yeah, not all good here as well. Yeah, still coming down from Saturday night. What an event again.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Strong start to 2026, wasn't it? And Rumble's always a good show, always a big draw, but that crowd felt like even bigger than the year before and the year before that. So yeah, brilliant to see, and they're in fine voice as well.
Going up. And those in good voice as well. Obviously, we'll get to them. Some people joined the Brady match and the Holly match. Some people had some good songs going on, had some good lungs on them, which made it feel even better. It just made it feel like it was awesome. Just the general.
We'll do that now just quickly. I'll shout them out. I don't know if they listen, but that was the Ogdens, Andy and Jeff, and Ben, who's on Twitter at BritWrestleWay. Them three, I've seen them at shows for years. No matter where they go, they always bring the songs and they have a good sing along and a good few jars. They're good lads, so it was nice to see them back at True Grit.
Yeah. So obviously, True Grit Rumble. Obviously, the clue's in the name. It's a Rumble. That was the main event, but we had 3 matches beforehand, and it started off. Feel the rhythm, feel the pride, get on down. It's Adam Bolt time. That's it.
A bit forced that one, mate, but I can see where you're going with it.
Yeah, I kind of regret doing it now, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, it's all right. That hit me like a bolt from the blue, which should be Adam and Sammy's tag team name if they ever teamed up.
Bolt from the blue. It's better than Stun Gun or Set to Stun, whichever one it was.
But what an opener!
Yeah, that's how you start a show. Again, we talk about it all the time. Clear cut bad guy, clear cut good guy. For the people that were new, if it was their first show, no mistaking. Cheer this guy, boo this guy, enjoy.
Yeah, pretty much. I just want to give a quick shout to Sammy as well. Just about a year and a bit in True Grit, and every time Sammy gets given another platform and another challenge, he's risen to it. True Grit debut, smashed it. Went into was in that 4-way, smashed it. Left Bank debut, smashed it. First True Grit title shot at WrestleFest in the summer, smashed it. Title shot in Leeds, absolutely smashed it. I forgot the match against Shane Monet, absolutely smashed it. This was just although it was another losing effort. What a year Sammy's had, and what a rise in True Grit. Now, I think fair to say, a fixture of True Grit, and it's just great to see. Got to know Sammy a little bit outside of the persona, shall we say? Just a top person, and great to see all the hard work paying off.
No, I agree. No, second. You kind of beat me to it. I was going to acknowledge the coming of. No, it's all right, dude. Don't worry about it, because obviously, it finished very highly in the True Grit sort of polls, the awards. The arrival of Sammy Blue. It's been an amazing year. It's just nice to see. Nice shit happening to nice people. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's been good to see.
You go, Paul.
No, I was just saying it's been good to see, because I can't remember what the first match was, whether it was a Blackheart Fatal 4-way or whether
no. It was at the Pride show the previous year, 24, and then he had a match against Horace, and then the Blackheart Fatal 4-way, as we call it.
Yeah, and just went from being like the person that I didn't know who they were on the poster, same as Gung-Ho Muttley, to regular face now and always exceeding and really over with the fans as well. It's getting a big following, and it's really, really good to see. They deserve it, Sammy. And obviously, we'll get on to Gung-Ho later, but
we'll get to Gung-Ho later because he was one of my favourites. He
We
was one
certainly will.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
with the match with Adam Bolt, I called it on Twitter. It was like it was the best sequel I've seen since Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire one. Slightly hyperbolic, perhaps, but one thing I loved about it was that from the first meeting, Sammy had obviously learned and was countering some of the tricks, countering the finisher all the time, and making it really hard work for Bolt.
Yeah,
Adam had to wrestle his socks off to get past Sammy, and I absolutely love to see it. And making Adam Bolt find another gear and find a next level. I wasn't even sure that was possible after some of the bangers that Adam's put on. But it was great to see something a bit different from both men, that they both sort of learned each other's style, felt each other out, and just it was not the same match as the one we had before. The first match was brilliant, but this was another level. It really was.
I was going to ask about that because obviously, I missed the WrestleFest one, so I was going to ask, how did it kind of pair up? Was it sort of similar, as you sort of said, though? But obviously, Sammy's learned from his past experiences, which makes it a different match from the get-go because Adam's got to try new things. So
yeah, it was very much. The first match was very much new challenger coming in, full of fire. Sammy's family were in the audience. I think I spoke to his granddad briefly. When he was acknowledged on commentary as well. So Sammy came in absolutely on fire. But young competitor, maybe a bit caught up in the moment and whatnot. And then the matches since, and then going into this, the sort of Sammy maturing, if you like, as a wrestler was really obvious, and not falling for the tricks he felt that caught him out the first time and stuff like that. And then even learning during the match, there was a bit where Sammy went for his sort of sideways on, sort of just smash dive into the corner. Adam pulled himself up into a sitting position on the top rope. When Adam tried that again, Sammy just stopped and just gave him a shorty.
That was the main thing that I took away. If you didn't see the WrestleFest match, there was still that story in this match that he was learning from, like the first match. But if you didn't see it from even earlier in the match, that was the main thing that I took away from it, learning. And one day, I'm pretty sure that we'll see Sammy get that title. It just wasn't meant to be on Saturday.
No, I think that has been reserved, or that moment will be for somebody else in a couple of months. Hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe. We can kind of. We haven't decided. Actually, I probably should have talked about this before I hit record. Do we want to sort of try and do a spoiler-free episode, or do we want to just talk about who wins what matches and then who wins the Rumble?
Well, it's already out there on Twitter and all that. The winner of the Rumble themselves has already tweeted about it and put it on social media. Yeah. So I think just from this moment, spoiler warning. Effectively, we can't talk about it and not talk about that moment at the end. No. There's too much to get into, so I think we have to say now, spoiler warning for all the matches in the Rumble itself. But just quickly on the Adam Bolt Sammy Blue match, the finish, Adam having to pull out the British Bulldog versus Bret 92, just sit down on Sammy and hook the legs and stack him up to get the win. Genius move, to win the match. Relatively clean for Adam Bolt.
I was going to say, I was half expecting him to kind of reach out and kind of try and. I was looking where the ref was. I was like, he could grab the rope if he wanted to, maybe get away with it, but he didn't. So I was like, oh, that was kind of clean for Adam.
The match wasn't shenanigans free, but it didn't have a hand in the finish, so fair play. And like Paul said, just to echo what Paul said, there's definitely a Pride title in Sammy's future. Wouldn't be surprised if it's this year either.
Well, we will see. We'll see what comes down from the from later on. Obviously, I think predictions wise, as much as we all love and appreciate Sammy, I think we kind of knew it wasn't that time yet. I think pretty much. I know I went for Adam. I'm presuming. Obviously, I know you did as well, Dan. I'm guessing you did, Paul.
Yeah.
Everyone who made a prediction predicted Adam Bolt.
There we go.
Yeah, so that was the one constant. But that's 9 from 9 now for Bolt.
Yeah.
In True Grit, in fact, it'll be more than that. It'll be 10 from 10, including the title win, at least. So can't fault it. Perfect 10. The Ty Dillinger of True Grit. Do you want to lead into the next one, Nick? Or
yeah, man. So obviously, next match was the 3 matches were all title matches. So we've had the Pride title defended. Now it's time for the women's title. Obviously, on the back of the TV tapings, Holly pinning Alexis. We talked about it in the hype episode. Sort of asking for a title shot, gets the title shot. If Holly wins, she would be co-champion with Lana. Again, I'd rewind a few months ago. If people kind of obviously coming back watching these for continuity sake, I said ages ago, as much as I like Lally and I want to see him teaming up and everything, my one thing that I really, 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 really wanted was a Holly Barlow versus Alexis Falcon match or feud or story. And so obviously, man, I was hyped. I went into this being like, yes, 2 people who get the characters, 2 people who are just absolutely nailed. They just the embodiment of professional wrestling. Holly Barlow versus Alexis Falcon. They did not disappoint. I loved this match.
Paul, you take this one, mate.
Yeah, it's same again as the first match. You know who to cheer, you know who to boo. Alexis Falcon now has reached Tom McManus heel levels, especially with my Thomas. He can't stand her. He had a few choice words for her during the match, but it's been great to see Alexis back, and I like this title run that she has. I always felt that there was going to be a huge void left behind by Ivy when Ivy obviously retired. Although the Rio Championship reign was fantastic, having that heel as a champion and such a good heel as a champion, it's just really good, like viewing for us all at the moment, seeing a defender gaze like Melissa Face and Holly Barlow, and yeah, I'm excited to see, what's to come from this title reign, and who's next.
Yeah, same. Nick, you mentioned before about clearly defined sort of good guy, bad guy in the opening match. This took that even more.
Yeah.
Alexis Falcon is so easy to hate, and Holly Barlow is. I've described her to. I think I've described her to Jay as just like a walking antidepressant. She just got that natural charisma that just makes you root for her, and with the skills they've both got, this was never going to be anything other than brilliant. When Holly fires up and she gets going, she's hitting those strikes, and then she hits that stunner. Absolutely awesome. But Alexis just cutting her off and taking the chin lock and gobbing at the crowd. It was just so good. I want to give a quick shout out to Matt from the Mat at Matt Magazine UK on Twitter. Did a really good rundown of the show and said the same thing, only more eloquently than I do. These are 2 of the best defined characters who sort of know their own minds and know their own shtick so well, and it just comes across so natural that it's effectively what makes this. Obviously, the hard work in the ring and good wrestling, but it takes the investment up to a new level.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, probably again more eloquently than what I could put. That was the point I was making a few months ago when I was really hyped. I was sort of saying I really want a Holly Barlow, Alexis Falcon storyline or feud or just match, because like you said, there's 2 people who just get the characters. It's 100%. It's just, I know it's not easy, and I hate to say it, but they make it look easy. But yeah.
Well, that's nothing ever. Sorry, nothing ever. That is never not just a massive compliment saying someone makes it look easy. because we always say that recognizing the hard work that goes in,
Yeah.
because you don't do that by accident, you know. And Holly Valor actually ended up being one of the MVPs of the whole night for me. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Again, absolutely love this match. Just brilliant. I feel like we say the same thing every time we talk about Alexis Falcon. Can never pick out one outstanding thing because everything she does is outstanding.
Yeah. The total package.
No Chewbacca impression this time, though.
Quick question. I've got to ask this because it's been somebody. I brought my mate along and he was like, has she just got the whitest teeth ever? Or is that a mouth guard? I was like, honestly, mate.
It's a mouth guard.
It's a mouth guard. I was like, well, thank God for that. Right,
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm 90% sure it's a mouth guard. Because I thought the same thing.
Like, bloody hell.
When were you last in Turkey?
But just amazing match. Obviously, Alexis retains, which again, same with the kind of the Sammy Blue thing. As much as we all love and appreciate Holly, I think we all kind of know it wasn't that time yet. So yeah, two title defenses so far, and the champs have kept the belt on both of the matches.
Yeah, only one person didn't predict Alexis Falcon, and I think that was heart ruling head for your Thomas.
Yeah.
Always goes with his heart, Thomas.
Yeah, my apprentice who was working the Leeds merch this time, doing the raffle tickets and the sweepstakes stuff. Good on him. It was all voluntary. There's no child labour laws violated.
Yeah.
He loves it there. You know, great thing like when we talk about the True Grit community and everything, it's not always the wrestlers, the refs, you know, the people that you see on the screen. It's the people like behind the scene as well. And they're so good with Thomas, so patient with him. You know, he helps with the raffle, folding up the tickets. He's never discarded any, you know, that belong to the others and helped us to win it. But yeah, there we go. Nice.
That's the next phase of his training.
Yeah. We'll slowly introduce that.
Farming.
No, they're so good. You know, Stu, Georgina, you know, the others that work behind there, they're so good.
So it was the not the main event, but it was the main event of the first half. It was the title match between Brady Phillips and Riley Nova. Obviously, we got an amazing video package leading into the match for the newbies that didn't know what was going on. This package made it very clear, told the story. Scorsese-esque. It was Tarantino would have been impressed. It was just on point. So yeah, you know, there was the match. For me, I thought we were going to get a redemption. We've got it at the Rumble. To be fair, whenever we got this match, it was always going to be nothing but a 7-star Metro Dome Meltzer brain melting, just quality.
It's a bit tasty, weren't it?
Mate, this was amazing.
You knew it was going to be from that package, and then the moment it came to the ring, you thought, yeah, this is going to go off. It was tasty. Really blurred the lines.
The one thing I loved about this is there was no waiting for the announcements. There was no feeling out process, no lockups, nothing like that. A blood feud starts with violence. And Brady jumping the gun, taking the first shot, finally getting his hands on the ring. I was like, yeah, just fuck you, bang.
should always, any match of this intensity, it winds me up when people do matches that have got such a build-up, such a history, such animosity, and they're both stood in the corner. This was the perfect example. Or the other one is when somebody just runs to the ring, slides in, and just starts whacking the shit out of somebody. This nailed it perfectly. That was the perfect start to get this match rolling, and it did not stop.
No, and just the struggle that was going, the physical struggle that was going through them both, trying to counter holds and all of that. You're right, Paul, that this felt like a fight rather than a wrestling match, and it was all the better for it. Just so
at one point, Brady just scooped him up, like kind of got his head in between the leg, lifted him up with the leg, and then just dropped him. It's like, it wasn't smooth, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't. I don't know.
There was the marks on the body as well, you know, all over within 2 minutes, there was welts forming like across the backs, and Brady had a real nasty red mark that was turning more and more purple on the back of his leg throughout the match, and the marks that they left on each other, it's bloody tasty match, weren't it? They just absolutely kicked the living shit out of each other.
I've got to ask Paul, you know that better than us. Like, in your experience, you'll say limited experience, but it's more than we've got. Like, everything hurts in a wrestling ring, but to get that, you must be going some, surely.
Oh yeah. I had a couple of injuries. You feel it more the next day. But yeah, a good slapping, you certainly know about it. Especially when you're someone like me and you only weigh about 7 stone when you're wet through and you're getting levered by someone the size of Nathan. It just amplifies it that little bit more. But yeah, they definitely, when they leave a mark, you certainly know about it. And some of them marks that were forming, I was looking at them and thinking, that's going to hurt in the morning, definitely.
Yeah,
adrenaline is the best painkiller.
Yeah, it's a magic thing.
Yeah, it's another one though, isn't it? That it's hard to pick individual spots out of this match because everything was so intense, everything was so violent. Nick's got one.
I've got one, which is the turnbuckle cover being removed, and they were kind of playing into that for sort of a little bit like and then they moved away from it, and then they came back and just like bosh. It was like even the commentator was like kind of forgot about that. But, and then like going for the snake eyes and all that kind of sort of stuff, and it's just like again, it's just a little thing, but it's like they used it a little bit, and then they moved away, and then they came back to it, and it's like oh shit, there we go.
Yeah,
again,
it was brutal, but unfortunately we got a bit of regime interference as we always expect at this point. Big bad Franco. He shoved Brady off the top, hung him up, but I can't remember if that directly led to the finish.
Well, before that, he pulled Scott out. Brady hits the moves. Yeah, you go for the 1, 2, 3. Riley had gone to hit him with the belt. Scott obviously pulled the belt away. Everything was going on. Brady hit his move. Brady low blowed Riley and then hit him with the Phillips screwdriver. And then bosh, Franco comes out. I love these spots though, man. 1 second out of time, that match is done because Scott's got a count for 3. But Franco came in, pulled him out, and it's like, yes. And then, hence why Brady comes, what happens in the Rumble later happens in the Rumble as well.
Yeah.
That'll be, we'll talk about it later, but that'll be a match I'll be very interested to see.
Yeah.
But Riley Nova walks away with the title.
Yeah.
There was only 2 people who were on, and they're on this podcast, who predicted that Nova was going to walk away with it. Walk away with a win. Although I did caveat it saying that Brady would win the match but not walk away with the title. I've not done so much shitty and given myself half a point or anything like that because it doesn't count. But another win for Nova. Just more of the regime doing what the regime do, but he definitely took a shit kicking for his night's work.
Yeah.
But he gave one as well, in fairness. So he is the man. Yes. He's the man. He's the man. Yes,
it's very much like, even from them first 3 matches, for first-time viewers, it was very much a case of welcome to True Grit. You kind of got what True Grit is in a nutshell. You do get them chaotic matches. You can get long feuds. You can get like good storylines. Well, you always do get good storylines, but you kind of got to see everything there. You got the start of a feud, the middle of a feud, maybe not quite the end of a feud yet, but it gets you invested. And even through 3 matches, anybody that was there for a first time, I can pretty much imagine, will be saying, I want to see what happens next. So really clever, such a strong start, and you're invested after 3 matches. We're all invested anyway, but I would safely say that if I turned up to that show for a first time, I'd want to know where it leads to, what's going to come of this.
definitely.
Yeah.
So then it was the intermission, and then obviously, after the intermission, it was the Rumble time. 30 entrances, 90 seconds apart. Jobs are good un. Obviously, first 2 out. I know it was my pick. I think it was a lot of quite a lot of people's pick to win it. We had Vusyk out first. So I'm like, come on, he's got to do like a Ric Flair. He's got to do a Shawn Michaels. He's got to do that kind of from start to finish. And then number 2 gets announced, and I'm just like, no, it's Joey Slade. So
little Joey.
With referee as well, right?
Yeah. And I don't know whether somebody's weed on his shirt, but yeah, it kind of had like yellow stripes instead of white stripes.
Yeah, it was piss stained, wasn't it, really? Yeah, Lee tried to claim it was fashion. I don't know if the budget ran out when the regime were doing those and they were aiming for gold, but
Sash fashion.
Gold. If you think that's gold, you're in trouble. Anyway, enough taking the piss out of Lee's shirt.
Well, it could. If we did that, it'd be white again.
It's just a wee joke.
Just a wee joke. Just a but yeah, Joey and Vusyk getting the ball rolling. Obviously, the first 2 people in a Rumble are key. You know, it kind of sets the tone. It's just lets you know what to expect. It gives Vusyk 90 seconds of brutality just to be Vusyk and let people see what he can do.
Yeah, and it's always nice to see Joey Slade get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah. There's more to come as well. You know, his porn face came out later as well.
It was a very busy Rumble in general. The ring filled up quite a lot. I think it was at least 6 entrants, well, probably more before we got an elimination.
Yeah,
because the first few were Vusyk, Slade, Hardman Dan, George Hunter, surprise entrant. Great to see George.
Can we just stop there for a second? I mean, Hardman Dan was boss. Pops used to see Hardman Dan. He was doing his thing, which was obviously leading to later on when he did it and there was no payoff. He kind of got his comeuppance. But Hunter coming out. Joey, at this point, Joey was on the outside, kind of being like a little, you know, just playing it cool, being smart,
Weasel.
trying to, not my words, trying to talk to George, trying to get a little team up going. George spun around, threw him under the ropes, and then just hit the ground running, going in. I don't even know what it's called. The front flip, back flip, has a danger kick, whatever it is, that he does so well. I don't even know what I'm just, when I see it, I'm like, oh, my brain melts.
It defies physics. Does that?
Yeah, pretty much. And then he did the thing where he jumped up onto the second turnbuckle and backflipped off.
Yeah.
And then obviously gets the Hoshiguroshi, or whatever, if I pronounce that right, from an old WWE game into the moonsault. Just, mate, that's how you enter a Rumble.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I watched George Hunter a week before for Kapow in front of probably 50 people at Cottingley, and he was just as good there as he was in that Rumble. The lad just belongs in a wrestling ring wherever he is. So yeah, great to see George. Any thoughts on George before I crack on, Paul?
I was just going to say, it's a very risky move being in a Rumble match, especially if you're getting thrown over the top rope. However, he didn't look vulnerable at all. You know, when he was up there, he was just very fast, very snappy. You know, he didn't take long on them top ropes. He was literally on and off. And it's good to see that a lot of Rumble matches, unfortunately, I think they do take away some aerial maneuvers in there, some things that you like to see in a match because of that stipulation. But it was good to see George bring that in, you know, all the aerial maneuvers, but he's phenomenal.
He was too quick. Yeah, there was no way he's getting pushed off. He's just like, jump. There we go. Yeah. So jobs are good. But yeah, sorry, Dan, you was going through. So yeah, we had a HMD, George Hunter.
Yeah, number 5 was Pop Punk Kid. Always great to see Jake. We were a couple of us looking for something big from Jake after the crash boat split. And then number 6, the first big man of the day, Tim Strange. It's just, I bloody love Tim Strange. He's so good. There were so many spots in this match. Who was it who tried to slam it? Oh, it was later on Troy Ryan. We'll talk about that when Troy comes in.
Yeah.
Because he had a great rumble as well, by the way.
Yeah.
So Tim in 6, Joe Wade, Brad.
Just like again, just what I'm thinking about. He had that sort of bouncy. I can't think of the name of the toys where you knock them, punch them, and they come back up again.
Slinky.
No,
like wibbly wobbly weebles.
Yeah, a Weeble kind of thing where he was just punching Joey, and Joey hit the ropes, come back up, punch down, back, punch down, back, punch. And it was just like, oh mate. But again, and then that led to a rodeo time, which is when Joey's little face came back into play.
Have you seen Wesley's video on that?
No.
I sent him a clip over of it, and he's changed it to Jey Uso yeeting with Joey Slade. It's brilliant. Along with the music, it's absolutely hilarious.
Poor Joey.
Yeah, go and check it out if you haven't seen it.
Joe
But Wade.
Yeah, Joe Wade was in next. Ring starting to fill up massively. Brad Matthews, Natalie Sykes. I can't remember exactly at what point, but the next two in. So Tony Wright was in next, number 10. That were a third of the way through. I don't think we'd had an elimination by this point. But the first one out of the Rumble was Joey Slade, eliminated by Tim Strange. So Joey gave that video on about how he's going to win the Rumble, give his title shot over to the regime to get the tag titles back and all of this crap. Well, that went well for you, Joseph, didn't it?
Can we just shout out Joe Wade? Again, I was on about George Hunter coming into the Rumble. Joe Wade comes in, knocks down a few people, squares off against Tim Strange, and then just hits a very awesome jumping side kick to the head. And yeah.
Tim Strange had a unique tactic.
Back, didn't he? Joe Wade, as soon as he got in that ring, he had a target on his back. Yeah. There was a moment when everybody stopped and he realised what was at stake when Joe Wade entered the ring. Obviously, when he eliminated him, got a tag team shot. He had a big target on his back, and he held his own, didn't he? Very well.
Wade's a fighter, and he won't go down easy. But that's it's a great point, Paul. It's what adds another dimension to the True Grit Rumble for me. That extra stipulation of if you eliminate a tag champ, you get a tag title shot. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, absolutely banging idea. Yeah. Out at number 11, and this is when a couple of eliminations started going on. Your mate Nick, the big sexy goth boy, Isaac North, must have been happy with this debut.
Oh, loved it, mate. Loved it. It's just, I wish it had happened sooner. It's been there. I just hope it's not a one-off. I'd love to see Isaac back at True Grit on I think he's just somebody that would fit really well. It could be amazing. Some of the matches, again, that's going down fantasy booking territory. But yeah, Isaac North comes in and just starts clearing the house. I think he gets 2 eliminations pretty quickly.
Yep, he took out George Hunter and Pop Punk Kid pretty quick. Then the next entrant was a big surprise. Number 12. He's a merch man. Stu.
No.
From the merch stand into the Rumble. And who's there waiting for him? Isaac North. And shout out to Stu. He had a T-shirt for Isaac. It was the wrong size. Isaac ripped Stu's shirt off and gave him one of the biggest chops I've ever heard and ever seen. It was, to use your word, Nick, it were gnarly.
It was very gnarly, but it was just
absolutely.
Yeah, it tickled a bit, that, wasn't it?
Just a little bit. But one thing I loved, right after Stu was turned into dust from that shot, a thing happened, and I didn't know I needed to see these two fight until I saw it in the Rumble. We got a taste of Isaac North versus Tim Strange.
Yeah, the chop fest, absolute chop fest.
I need to see them have a proper match. Yeah, I might have to have a word about maybe doing a sponsorship because I want to see that. I want to see them two fight. Amidst all of that, Stu got to his feet and got his only elimination of the match. He eliminated himself.
Yep.
It counts. I'm classing Stu as having an elimination in the Rumble. I don't care. It's only right. It is. Then at 13 we had Lily Winter. 14 Troy Ryan, who had an excellent Rumble. Looking through the list of eliminations here, at some point,
I like the spot with Lily and Ryan. Troy Ryan. You think that they were going to they cleaned house a little bit themselves, didn't they? Or at least Troy Ryan cleaned house a little bit till he stepped face to face with Lily Winter.
Yeah,
and we thought that we were going to team up, and he's put a few videos on comments like, "This is how she treats me when I don't do the dishes or whatever." But he picks her up and he throws her at, I can't remember who he threw her at now.
I can't remember who.
No, Franco wait in this part.
No, he wasn't in yet.
He might actually. I think it was Isaac North.
I'll say it was Isaac North.
Weapon and threw into Isaac North, but. Yeah, we'll be seeing more of Lily Winter hopefully soon.
Yeah,
Yes.
We got a bit just after this that I wanted to talk about, and it was Troy trying to slam Tim Strange. And Troy is a massive man. He is an absolute unit. Tim Strange makes him look small.
Yeah.
He makes him look tiny. And Troy's there trying to pick him up. Tim's just, nah, mate, not moving me. But
be honest, though. Was there a part of you that thought that Troy was going to do it? Because I for a second, I thought that he was, big mo. I actually thought, shit, is this going to happen? But there's certain things that you just can't do. But there was a moment in my mind when I thought he could actually do this.
He may not have slammed him, but he did get him up slightly later.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was just after this.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Hardman Dan eliminated by Vusyk, and then after the failed slam, Tim charged at Troy Ryan, who got the backdrop on Tim, eliminated Tim from the Rumble. So that was a big favourite out early, but eliminated by one of the other favourites, really, in Troy Ryan. I think he was on for. I think everybody had it. Oh, a lot of people had him down as being one to watch in the Rumble. I certainly did. I think I had him down for most eliminations. I think. I've had to delete the predictions to tally the points, so I don't actually have them to hand. So going through it a little further, we get a few more people in. Gung-Ho Muttley.
It was a good elimination purely for the reason that I always see someone like Tim Strange, and I think I kind of get bored of it now in a sense, like one of them when everybody points him and goes, "Oh, let's 20 of us go and throw him out together."
Yeah.
And
One man.
It can happen every now and then, but sometimes you just think every bloody time. And I'm glad it was something different. And what a prop that is for Troy Ryan to eliminate Tim Strange on his own. So I did like that elimination. There was a part of me when we did sort of see the tease that everyone was going to try, and I thought, please don't let it be this. But thankfully, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I haven't had a clip of this. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll have been various clips popping up throughout the episode up to this point. I haven't put a clip of this in because you need to go over to Triller. If you haven't watched it already or seen it on the socials, go watch the Rumble. Go see Troy just hoist Tim Strange over that top rope. It's crazy impressive.
Yeah, it is. Gung-Ho Muttley was in next, and he was comedy gold straight away with Caddy.
Yep.
Gung-Ho coming in, using the lacrosse stick. Who was it we got right in the throat? Slam like that.
Brad Matthews.
And Brad sold it like an absolute. Brad sold it like a boss.
Yeah, he did.
That will come up. I have clipped that. I've watched that so many times. But before that happened, as he was coming out, obviously he came out with his win-loss chalkboard, put it down, turned it around, and on the back of it, eliminations. So they've got to keep tally of how many eliminations.
Yeah. Came out, started trying to throw people over the top rope left and right, thinking he'd eliminated about 8 people. Caddy was tallying them off.
Yep.
Oh, no, shit, no. None of them have gone.
Everyone just came back in and just stared at him. Paul Gung-Ho was just like...
Everything about Gung-Ho was just genius in this Rumble. Even his elimination was hysterical. which we'll get to in a little bit, because both Natalie Sykes and Lily Winter got eliminated by Isaac North. And then it was Gung-Ho's turn to be eliminated by Troy Ryan.
They missed, though, unfortunately, obviously there was so much good stuff going on. They there was just that split second. They missed it on Triller, where you just see Troy Ryan just poke him in the head, and Gung-Ho just planks off the ring. And it's just like...
Yeah, well, I think that was the time when Lily and Natalie were having a little face-off, sat down outside the ring, both in... Lily's in disbelief that she's been eliminated, and Natalie had the foam finger that Stewart brought to the ring and just started bashing her with it. So it was kind of too much going on for the camera crew to
definitely. I mean, the Rumble. There's always something going on. Yeah. Something's going to be. It's no sort of, like I say, it's not a bad thing. It's just if you was there in person and you got to see it, it was just gold. It was just like
it was. And it was on outside of the ring as well.
I'll try and pop it up. Just sort of like
Yeah. Then a big moment in the Rumble, Isaac North eliminated by Tony Wright.
Yes.
Which was a big one. And Isaac North went absolutely ham on Tony, didn't he? Beating him up at ringside, strangling. I thought at this point that Tony had actually been eliminated. So I was proper confused later on. But yeah, Tony gets beat down outside and kind of just knackered for a bit of the match after that. A few more entrants. We've got Alan Kay was next in, so the other half of the tag team champions, again, big target on his back as ever. Then we had Ace Matthews, Franco Fate, and Serico, Wing Commander Nash. And for the second time in the night, Holly Barlow. Now, Nash came out, to the Nash Boat entrance. He's got the duck hat on. He's having a laugh and all of that. Nash and Ace immediately going after Misery Business to try and get the tag title shot. And Holly Barlow came in. She came in like House on Fire, she always does. Next in was Nathan Black. And we got one of the greatest double acts I've ever seen in Nathan Black and Holly Barlow. Holly went outside the ring, got a size t-shirt, and just this whole bit was golden.
Yeah,
I need more of it. As much as Lally are great together, Holly and Nathan Black, if Lana's not around or whatever, would be incredible, because just great comedy together. Holly Barlow double choke slam Nash Boat.
Yes.
Which was incredible. And then just goes overboard doing the size stuff after giving Joe Wade a massive boot and looking like the foreman of the team. And then
wait. Before doing the size, he'll get mad at me for this because he swears it was AI generated. But I think maybe that she suplexed Franco Freight.
Yes. Yeah, there were dueling suplexes on was it Franco and Brad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Took out the powers that be. Great chemistry between Barlow and Black. But then they're doing this. Holly's doing the size routine, and Nathan Black, in true Nathan Black fashion, just hoys her out of the Rumble. And the whole crowd just got a bit sad.
There was a point with Holly Barlow as well when I must admit I thought that she'd eliminated Misery Business.
Yeah,
I didn't actually recognise that it went over the top rope. There was that explanation, but I just turned around at one point. I was probably distracted with one of the kids. I was just like, I saw Holly stood over, like I think it was Joe on the outside. I'm like, oh,
it was Alan.
Yeah, right, Joe's out.
Alan Kay
was Alan, yeah.
And Alan was trying to explain, she'd kind of it'd been laid on the apron, and she came over, slid, and kind of like pushed him out with her feet.
Yeah,
and it was like, no, it's not under, it's over. As Alan was trying to explain.
And then Joe kicked her in the head in something very close to the big T moment we got from last year.
Yeah.
And then we got a hug from Alan and Joe, which just kind of felt very nice.
Yeah. And then they teamed up to eliminate one of your boys, Brad Matthews.
Or bypass that bit.
That's convenient.
But yeah, again, rewinding back to the Nathan Holly thing, I shall say, it's no secret. We've said it. For me, Nathan is an out and out heel. I love to boo him. He's so good. But he just seems like he's on the fringe at the minute of becoming a face, So he's getting those reactions. But then it's taking him to do something really heelish, gnarly to kind of make us remember. Oh no, we need to boo this guy. It's like against I think the George Hunter match. There's a bit of comedy in there. People are getting behind him. He spat in George's face. Everybody's like, "Whoa, no, right, okay, he's a bad guy. He's a heel. We'll boo him." This time we're getting behind him. We're loving the comedy stuff. Yeet. There goes Holly. Right, okay, no, sorry, we forgot he's a bad guy. We need to keep booing him.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was quids in at this point because I had to go on the sweepstake. I've got numbers 14 and 22, so my two entrants were Troy Ryan and Nathan Black. And I said on the preview show that I was torn between HT Drake and Nathan Black, and I predicted Troy to have the most eliminations. So I was thinking, I'm in with a shout here, lads. It was just awesome. And then we had my boy. I was one of the Patreons involved in sponsoring the next entrant. Charles Crowley comes out at the Spectacular Trickster, which is the PG version, even though his entrance still said Spectacular Twat. They even called it out on commentary because I watched a little bit back. That's a naughty word, but we'll ignore that for now. Crowley, I bloody love Crowley. He's amazing. When he comes out to Nathan Black, said, "Do you want to see some magic?" And he's got his hat, puts his hand in, pulls out a fist, and I think was it Ace Matthews he punched in the face.
Yeah. Nathan first, was it?
No, he didn't punch Nathan. No, Nathan Crowley. Nathan Crowley had a bit of a team up, which I would absolutely love to see. If
I can't remember.
Can call them spectacular size
or size of twats.
Well, yeah, I don't think the True Grit would go for that because otherwise it'd be. I've seen somebody else call them the sizable twats. Would be fantastic. But even when I can't remember who it was who got eliminated. I think it was one of the ones later on. Somebody got eliminated, and there's Dave Woolling's got a great video of both Crowley and Nathan just sat in the corner together, giving it wanker.
I liked it with when Nashbolt got hold of Crowley's hat and was looking for the magic themselves, and they're so good, Nashbolt. It was
and something I never thought would happen. I didn't think it had happened twice in a row. Nashbolt eliminated both of Misery Business.
Yeah.
Next up, so Nashbolt get another tag title shot. Which
I didn't see that one coming.
Nope.
Nobody did.
I didn't predict that. Becky did, but I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Becky did. Becky got both of them, but yeah. Happy with it. Absolutely happy with it. My boy's getting a tag title shot. It does feel very much like the start of possibly coming to the end of the Regime Rebel storyline, which is both exciting and a little bit terrifying because what happens after, it's exciting and just like, oh shit, But anyway, I'll come to that on another show. Getting back to it, so we had 23 entrants so far. Not long after they eliminated Misery Business, both Ace and Wing Commander Nash were eliminated by Franco Fate, who ended up having a very good Rumble. That was his third elimination to that point.
They didn't give a shit at that point, no, did they, Nashville? They got the tag title shots. They were doing a lap of honor, Ace on Wing's shoulders.
Oh, brilliant. So next in was Melissa Fierce. Great to see Melissa back. Pele in at 25, HT Drake in at 26, sloshing his water round as usual. And I've got to find the elimination lists there. And then next in was Currency Man, Cash Money Sash in at 27, came in and pretty much immediately kicked Vusyk square in the dick twice. Oh no, it wasn't a kick, was it? No, it was two low blows. Yeah, and Vusyk got eliminated 17th, and Nick nearly cried on my shoulder.
And then I was like, oh, you know what? He's been alone. But, you know, there was Sash, you know, I've kind of got my lowies. And then Wes just gets rid of Sash. So I was like, right, okay, I'm doubly upset now.
Yeah, Sash went very soon after.
For last year, wasn't it? It was Sash
Yeah.
that eliminated Wes last year, wasn't it? Came in at 30 and dumped Wes out of it. And yeah, a bit of revenge there from Wes.
Yeah, Sash with the shortest time in the Rumble by far. I didn't actually time it, but he definitely was the shortest one in there. Shortest time. Vusyk actually incredible showing.
Dave Merch man's blushes, did he?
Yeah, he did. Because well, in fairness to Stu, he spent a while on the floor.
Lasts longer than Sash.
I will.
Oh, get the
have to
stopwatch out.
it. I will have to verify it, but I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah.
It's because he was KO'd on the floor for about 5 minutes after that chop.
Yeah, that's very true.
Every second matters.
Well, yeah, it all counts. It's what goes in the book. In the books, it will say eliminated after 1 minute 20 seconds, eliminated after 7 minutes, whatever. Like,
I'll verify that. I'll verify that, and I'll come back to you on the next show's preview. But
can we just I think it's probably happened before this. I just want to rewind for a second. I acknowledged the Goth hug earlier. I just want to acknowledge Pele and Tony Wright as well. Tony Wright's obviously back in the ring by this point after his beating from Isaac earlier. Turns around, Pele's there. Just a good old hug. And then they go off and stop hitting other people. It's like, there we go. Even in the middle of a Rumble, time for a hug, man. Hug it out.
Yeah. Just quickly getting there. Good showing for Vusyk. 42 minutes on the dot for that. Just had to shout out because in any Rumble, that's bloody good. Next one up. Pele was the next one out after Sasha, eliminated by Melissa Fierce. And then we had Sean Only in at 28.
Super kick party.
It was a super kick party, wasn't it, with Sean Only? I think spoiled a little bit by HT Drake, or attempted anyway.
No.
Drake got it one,
yeah.
And then one sponsored by the Hot Tag Foundation, Ref SGB, Scott Bell, number 29 in the Rumble. And he did a bloody good job.
Yes, he did.
Hit the 619, as we always like to see. Pele was limited 19. Scott, unfortunately, was the next one out. He caught the wrath
that
of
Canadian as well. Like he hit, there was some height on that.
Yeah, was that on Drake?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because he went for it.
I've seen a lot of Canadians, but the height on that, how high he was when he did it.
Yeah, because he went for it originally, and Drake back body dropped him. So he went for it a bit later on, and obviously caught him this time on point. Job's a good one. After he hit the you call it the 619, seeing as we're in the leads, I'll call it the 0113.
Doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Nah, not really. But he went over, spotted Lee in the corner, told Lee that he thought he was number one, and then
twice. No, so he did there, number one. That's the same colour as his shirt. Just in case anybody didn't get it, but Scott fell foul of Franco Fate, got gorilla pressed out to the floor. I was actually looking to see how and when Scott's feet hit the floor. Wondered if we'd have a situation where his feet didn't actually hit the floor for a little while, or if he was going to get back in. But no, sadly not. Eliminations started coming thick and fast after the next and final entrant, sponsored by RADLB. Your good self, Paul. Big Bopper.
Yeah,
I love Bopper. He's ace.
Yeah, it always sticks with me what Mark Adams said about him. Wholesome guy. I remember when I was starting my little journey, getting into the ring, and one of the first people that I spoke to was Bopper. Not actually in person, I think it was just a meet up on the social medias. He saw that I was training, he trained, I was talking why I was doing it. He talked about why he was doing it. Obviously, he's here for the long haul. I just did it as a one-off, but share a lot in common, same sort of drives. And obviously he's going to be a massive help to me and appearing on this neurodiversity show. And it always gets me when he comes out to the ring, you know, seeing the bubbles. And I know the meaning with the bubbles, it's sensory, you know, he really wants to, you know, make kids happy, and especially neurodivergent, you know, he's all about that. And yeah, seeing his, I believe it's his foster son. Is he called Galactico? I think we got a name for him.
Galactico, yeah.
Yeah, and the smile on his face, and it always gets me every time. You know, how much he's just loving it in there. You know, after the event, he came over. You know, thank you so much for sponsoring me. You know, I'm living a dream, and he's happy being in there. And he went to town straight away, didn't he?
Yeah.
Everyone jumped on him, and then he was just threw them all off and bionic elbows. And you know, seeing him in there with like Nathan and seeing him in there with Charles Crowley and everything, the guy is living a dream. And yeah, I've got so much respect and love for Bopper. I can't wait for this neurodiversity event. I'm sure that we'll hook up at some point and get another episode in, like work the left side as we get closer to it and we get posters and things like that. But so excited to be doing it with Bopper. And
26th of April, mark the date.
Yeah.
There you go. You heard it here. But yeah, he was number 30, so that was it. Everybody was out. And at this point in the ring, we still had Franco, Troy, Nathan, Crowley, Tony, obviously Bopper, HT Drake.
Looking down my list, so looking down my list, we still had Troy, Franco, Wes, and Serico, Nathan, Charles Crowley, Melissa Fierce, Drake, and Bopper. So that's 8 still in the ring.
Yeah.
And elimination started coming thick and fast at this point, didn't they, really? Bopper eliminated Drake. No, sorry. Drake eliminated Sean Only. Bopper eliminated Drake. Then Bopper was eliminated by the dastardly Nathan Black, who always finds a way to make himself a bastard. But that actually ties into some of the things that Planet have been doing as well. Bopper and Nathan had a bit of a beef earlier in the year, and I think it's carried on at more recent Planet shows. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the last one because I was already off doing something else. But I know Bopper mentioned a bit of stuff going on there, so that was a nice little tie-in. And I think that just Melissa Fierce was eliminated by Charles Crowley, and then this one, JC down from his pulpit with his stick, smacks Wes in the back, immediately craps his pants, runs away, does JC, but gives enough of a distraction for Serico to be eliminated by one Franco Fate.
Yeah.
Bugger. And then JC comes back down. And then JC comes back down and starts whacking Wes with the cane, choking him out with it, laughing into the camera. That's obviously. I think we'll find out. Well, that's the kind of stuff that they can kind of cover on the next 3 episodes. We'll see the aftermath of that, and then that will start to build towards redemption.
If it's still episodic, I don't think we've had any confirmation of that yet.
Also, I just presumed that the York shows were always going to be the next 3 episodes. Then
no, it was the first one was a trial run. I hope it is another 3 weeks. I think it worked really well.
Obviously, you'll have the time period between the Rumble and York where there's nothing, but the 3 weeks leading up to redemption, it'd be awesome to get 3 more episodes.
It would. And it's Rumble season. This already feels like it's building towards something big, because with Nashville having the tag title shots, with JC being JC and doing what he did, and to Wes and all of that, it feels like it's setting up for one big final face-off. Yeah. And what better place to do it than...
didn't win the Rumble. There is that factor. Although it's heated, Wes didn't win the Rumble, and that's what he had to do to get JC. So, it'd be interesting to see if it's going to come about, how it's going to come about, because unfortunately, the stipulation was Wes had to win the Rumble to get JC, and he didn't. So, how long can he hold it off for?
One idea I've just had is the reinstigation of the Freebird rule. Nobody ever said there was only 2 members of Nashboat. Wes could get in there. There could be something like that. Give it a Freebird rule. They're the rebels. They're a group together.
So he still gets his
the ruling by Bobby. Freebird rule works against the regime.
Yeah. That's a cracking shout.
It could be, but we'll find out. And I don't want to get caught down in too much speculation because I know we're already we're going over time a little bit. But it was always going to be a long thing on it. We said we weren't going to do the rundown, and I've ended up doing it anyway. But anyway, I hope it's not been too long. We're coming towards the end now. Yeah, so Wes goes out. Then Franco gets eliminated by Troy Ryan, which is another big one.
Interference from Brady.
Yeah. Love that. Brady getting his own back.
Bit of, I keep saying using the word redemption, obviously, because of March. But, there's a little bit of redemption there for Brady. Franco cost him earlier. And I don't think it's going to be the last time Brady gets redemption over these next few months. I wouldn't be surprised if, obviously, Brady's won't get a title shot at redemption, but I think he's going to play a massive part in the story.
I hope we get Brady versus Franco at the next York show.
Yeah.
That was a match I didn't know I needed until I saw him face off.
Yeah.
Give me some of that. Absolutely. I think we're down to the final 4 now as well by this point.
Tony,
Troy, Ryan,
Troy, Nathan, Charles.
Yeah. Happy to see all 4 of them in, to be honest, because I think obviously part of the sponsorship for Crowley, and I mentioned the other 3 in some capacity. In fact, Tony Wright was my pick for the Iron Man in the predictions. Great final 4. Nathan Black eliminates Troy Ryan 27th, which was, I don't want to say a shock because Nathan Black was my second choice to win it, but at that point I'm thinking Troy Ryan having a couple of months to build to a match with Riley Nova.
Yeah, that'd be tasty.
Because he's coming as obviously Troy's a beast, but black trunks, black boots, absolute tank.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. True Grit Batista stood there. But it wasn't to be. Troy Tista. Yeah, I love that. Crowley was next out, eliminated by Tony Wright, leaving our final 2, Nathan Black and Tony Wright. I couldn't lose with this. I don't think anybody could. We mentioned it, Nick, I think, what if Tony wins? How does that affect the ruling that he can't challenge for the Pride title? And after a lot of back and forth and a lot of precarious stuff on the ring apron, Tony drops the leg while Nathan's draped over the top rope. Nathan's gone. My sweepstake's gone, more importantly. And your 2026 True Grit Rumble winner, after months away, True Grit Rumble winner and Iron Man at 46 minutes and 25 seconds, Tony Wright, and the roof come off that place.
Yes.
You talked earlier about people who are just so easy to get behind.
Yes. Did you say earlier that Vusyk was in 47 minutes?
42.
42, so I heard 47. So 42, okay, yeah, so, winner and Iron Man, Mr. Tony Wright. I think, and I didn't shout him out, but I did say Tony has got a good shout. I think, I don't know, I'm sure I put Tony as being the Iron Man. So I said that he'd had 30, 40-minute bangers elsewhere last year. So I know the dude's got cardio for days.
I'd need to do some jiggery pokery in my spreadsheet to double check that, but I didn't have it. I don't think I had it.
Take my word for it. I said Tony, mate. I said Tony to win it as well. Actually,
it won't matter. It won't matter even if you. It won't matter. It won't matter if you have him down as Iron Man. You still wouldn't have won the predictions.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, as you sort of said, the roof went off as well, and it just makes sense. It's good. It's just good booking. It's good storytelling. Like you sort of said, Tony can't challenge for that Pride title, but wait, yes, he can, because obviously he wins it. And I think I'd gone out. I was outside at this point. I kind of thought that was done and dusted. And yeah, I heard Bobby talking on the microphone. I don't know if Ivy spoke first or if Bobby spoke first. If Ivy came out and sort of said, "Oh, you can't challenge for the Pride title," and Bobby was like,
"Yeah,
you guys tell me what happened."
Yeah,
exactly what you just said. Ivy was mouthing off, saying, "You can't challenge. That's my ruling. That's my rule." And Bobby points out, "Well, this is a loophole. He's won the Rumble. He can call his shot. That overrides that." So. Presumably at Redemption, Adam Bolt versus Tony Wright 4, I think, is this the 4th encounter, and it's gonna be a banger whatever happens.
Well, it was my match of the year last year.
Yeah,
so
it was everybody's in everybody's top 2 at least. I think it was just edged for me by Vusyk versus Luke Jacobs. But up until I saw that match, Adam Bolt, Tony Wright was number 1. In fact, actually, if I'm being honest, for the extra story behind it, and with it being sort of a more established title match, it should really go to that ladder match.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, so I mean, the whole show, I keep using the word redemption. This is, again, there's never been a more apt name for a show in March, for Left Bank, because there's so many different things coming into it. As you said, after 3 failed attempts, will this be, the time that Tony takes the belt? I was going to say title. There was far too many T's in that sentence. Tony takes the title. But again, I'm hyped for this. If we get to see Tony Wright, when we get to see Tony Wright versus Adam Bolt, mate, those guys are going to absolutely. And the thing is, though, they're going to want to outdo. They know how highly regarded that ladder match was.
Yeah.
They're not going to settle for anything less than topping that match.
No. But before that, what I'd like to see is in fact, I believe it was your suggestion, Nick, online. Give us a preview. Give us Big Man Inc. Give us Bolt and Jackie versus Tony and Sammy. Have that
Perfect
be a York match. Yeah.
Perfect for York.
And it'd be a stunning match as well.
Yeah.
It really would. So yeah, a lot coming out of that. A lot of people I want to see back. Hardman Dan, Isaac North, Charles Crowley, and just so much setup. I can't win. So many questions. Who's going to be Alexis Falcon's next challenger? Where's Brady versus Riley going to go? Are we going to have a challenger for Riley for York? Is Brady going to step back in the picture? We know what's happening with the Pride title. We know what's happening with the tag titles. Could Nashbo even call the shot for the tag titles in York?
That's it. Yeah. Do they do it in York, or do they wait for the big show in March? Do we get a number 1 contenders match now in York? To set up the title picture for for March.
Triple threat for the other 3 in the final 4 for the number 1 contender. So
Vusyk. No. Vusyk's got to be
well, he can go in as the 4th. He can go in as the 4th man, as the Iron Man. Oh, sorry, the second Iron Man.
Second Iron Man. Vusyk, Troy. Vusyk versus Troy versus Nathan versus Charles.
Yeah, that'd be mint. We'll see what we see. It was a great show. It was a fantastic Rumble.
Yeah,
and I got back. I had to do a bit of a quick getaway because I made it with 30 seconds to spare to get the 10:20 train home, and I was still sort of on the come down like hours later, just just buzzing for how good it was.
So I think when people talk about Rumbles, obviously the key thing is like the match itself was great, but how many moments did it have? How many bits do you take away from it? Or, how many people made an impression? And this was one of the best Rumbles I've ever seen for the result. The result was great, makes perfect sense, but just people got time to shine. We mentioned Gung-Ho Muttley. Gung-Ho was one of my MVPs, for this Rumble. It was just memorable. He looked awesome in it. The fans will remember him. They'll go away and talking about Gung-Ho now. The first time fans will remember him. Troy Ryan, again, somebody else, Isaac North, Nathan Black, Charles Crowley. These guys just had moments. Obviously, Holly Barlow. That's what makes Rumble. It's not just the match itself. It's the stuff that happens in it that you end up talking about afterwards.
Yeah, great way to start the year. And just if you want to find out the fallout, if you want to see what happens next, 7th of February, York, Millthorpe, come down. Give me a hard night's work behind that bar.
But Paul, obviously I've just went off there. Your takeaway from the Rumble? Obviously, I know you enjoyed it, but the moments, anything that I haven't mentioned?
I think you've got everything covered, in honesty. The Rumble's always special. It's always well attended. The redemption really is our equivalent of WrestleMania. So we've got some really good stories that are looking like they're going to be coming to a conclusion there. So it's just be nice. Like I think I said it at last year's Rumble. If you see it and you enjoy it, stay with us. Give us some support. Come back to the left bank, even if you don't go to York. Let's just keep that place full. Yeah, I saw a very odd at the moment, but nice post from JC, actually appreciative of everybody that came out. So came out to enjoy the show. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't have a look like he'd been sucking on a lemon like he has a lot of the time recently. But yeah, it's important for True Grit. It's important for British wrestling. If you enjoyed it and you had a good night, we're always there. Every couple of months, and if you can, come up to York because it's exactly the same vibes up there. Same hardcore fan faces. Just
cheaper beer.
Keep in touch.
Cheap beer as well. Yeah, much cheaper beer, actually. But no free water. So swings and roundabouts, mate. Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
You get free water at that point.
Just see Drake if you want free water, he'll throw it at you.
Yeah, we'll see if he keeps splashing that water around next time. I think he's had his comeuppance for splashing the water. So we'll see whether he continues to do that.
Yeah. A little bit of a scary moment there, but he started it out.
Gentlemen, if you want to sign yourselves off, let people know where they can find you.
Paul?
Go on then, I'll do mine. So you can find me on Paul's Wrestling Art. I think that I've unified all of them now. It's getting close now for my big day, which is going to be For the Love of Wrestling, selling my paintings, which I have behind me. They're all over the house, in honesty. I can't escape them, whatever room I'm sitting. Just got his big portfolio to hopefully sell. But next show in York, I actually have a sponsor match, which is going to be advertising Paul's Wrestling Art. I'm not going to say who it is because obviously I don't want to, annoy JC in any way. I'm sure that he'll announce it in due course.
Good stuff. Well, it's only about 4 weeks or less than 4 weeks until the next show. I can't wait to find out. You did tell me about that you had the sponsor match. I wanted to keep it a surprise, so I can't wait to find out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dan?
Yeah, Dan Griffin 21, same as ever. Just waffling on about bollocks, whatever I'm watching or playing or any wrestling I've been to. Come and follow us along there. I'll talk to anybody about wrestling or movies or video games, anything like that. If you want to hear more of me talking about stuff, Unbooking the Territory at UTT Podcast for all the wrestling archives of that podcasting I used to do, and the Doctor Who pod on SJP World Media. And I did forget to give Nick the link when I mentioned doing a bit of wrestling commentary last time. But ORW down in Clacton, myself and Matt Lewis are the voices providing commentary down there. I'll try my best to remember the link this time, Nick, but quite frankly, I'm a bit crap and it's getting late.
Look in the description. If it's there, click on it, go check it out. If it's not there, hopefully it'll be
Search on YouTube. Search on YouTube, ORW.
Google is your friend. But yeah, that is pretty much it. As always, I will say thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the good stuff that we ask you to do. And yeah, we'll see you again very, very soon. I was lucky enough to speak to a few people after the Rumble in the left bank. Hopefully secured a couple of awesome guests. Once we've got some dates booked in, I will get them announced. But yeah, that's it. We'll see you again very, very soon. And remember, always work the left side. Goodbye.